All right, hey everybody, it's Dr. Morant here, the assistant principal at Bruce Monroe at Parkview and Chargers. I am so excited about today. I am premiering our first Math Challenge Hall of Fame. So some of you submitted your responses last week to the challenge problems, and we put them here to share with everyone because you all did amazing work, and we want to encourage other people to do amazing work as well. So we're going to go through some of the Hall of Fame entries from the challenge for last week and then look at the next video so that you can see the math challenges for this week. And we hope that all of you will submit a response so that you too can be featured in the Hall of Fame. I'm going to get my glasses on for this. Okay, Hall of Fame. We're going to first start off with the kindergarten to first grade question. The kindergarten to first grade question was Maya's birthday is next week. She is 3 years younger than her older sister, Mariah. Mariah's age is the largest single digit double. How old is Maya now? And Jordan from the first grade had a great response. Here it is.
I count by two to the largest single digit double. And then I moved that 3 minus 8 minus 3 equals 5. And that's how I know.
Good job, Jordan. That was a great explanation. William also had a great explanation. Let's listen in. Uh-oh. There we go.
Maya es 3 años menos. Su hermana es un dígito más grande que todos los dobles. Es el 8 porque se puede sumar en 4 en 4. Y sumé y resté 8 menos 3, me dieron 5. Eso es como yo lo resolví.
William and Jordan were both right. They both noted that the largest single digit double was 8, and then they worked from there and found that Mariah's age was 8, so Maya's age would have to be 5, 3 years younger than Mariah. Some other first graders put the largest single double digit as 9, and they did great work as well. That was different than what we were thinking, but 9 could be a double because it is 4.5 plus 4.5 is 9, but generally when we talk about doubles, we're only talking about whole numbers. So that's why this one ended up with a different answer than what we were expecting for that problem. But Renaya did really beautiful work here. She shared her work. She shared her thinking. It was really clear where she got the 9 from and what she was using the 9 to do, and then where she started to think through what the possible ages could be. So you don't have to be right on the math challenge problems. It's important for you to have a strategy and to think through your strategy and to make your thinking visible so that other people can use your responses to kind of help them solve other problems as well. Yasar and Yabani also gave great responses to the problem as well. So it was really helpful to think to help people think through what their answers are. If they're assuming that the largest single digit is 9 and thinking about that as the double, and then they actually interpret that problem then is to double it, that would help them get that answer. So it's easy to help us understand what you were thinking, and it's evidence that you were using math problem thinking skills and critical thinking skills so you could still be featured in the Hall of Fame. So shout out Renaya, Yasa, and Jabani for completing their work, thinking it through, showing their responses, and then also William and Jordan. First graders, y'all had the most submissions for the Hall of Fame challenge. So shout out to first grade. Good job, teachers. Keep it up. All right, the second problem, we had one response from the third grade students. I'm excited to share that Hall of Fame entry. But it's Raya's age is a 2-digit number. The ones digit is twice as much as the tens digit, and the tens digit is 3 less than the ones digit. What is Raya's age? And Sua gave us this beautiful explanation here. And she lays out the facts. The first fact, we're dealing with a double digit number that can only be 10 to 99. I like how Sua took and narrowed down the range of options so that that person can work with the numbers more clearly. Next, the ones is twice the tens, which means that the last number will be double the first one. In fact, number 3, since the last number is double, it must be an even number. That's a great noticing. And notice how Sua also put 4, 6, and 8 here. Started thinking about what some of the options could be for that number. Then fact 4, the tens digit is 3 less than the ones. So Sua set and like did knowing that the number had to be twice as much. So here she has 2 and 4 and 3 and 6 and 16 and 8. So I like this chart where they're really organizing their thinking and then that relationship to see which of these has a relationship where the tens is 3 less than the ones. And from there, Sue was able to identify the 3 and the 6. So Sue would notice that the Raya's age is 36 because it fits all of my math facts. So I like this strategy that Raya used, really taking the problem and unbundling it fact by fact and kind of solving it piece by piece until they came up with an answer that they were able to grapple with. Good job, Raya. Good job, parents. Good job, teachers. Fourth and fifth graders, I'm a little disappointed that none of y'all submitted a challenge. I'm expecting to see some challenge responses this week. Luckily, though, your teachers worked on it a week ago, so we have a couple of Hall of Fame entries. And this time, the Hall of Fame entries are going to be teachers because we didn't have any responses from students. Fourth and fifth grade, come on. What happened? Our first graders showed y'all love. The second and third graders showed y'all love. We need y'all to come and participate in the math challenge so we can see your brilliant minds at work, too. Okay, so Mr. Banks was born in an interesting year. The tens digit was twice the thousands digit, and the ones digit was 3 times the tens digit, and the hundreds digit was equal to the sum of the other 3 digits. And what year was he born? So we have some good responses here. The thing that I want to point out with the teacher responses, and the same thing that we saw in Raya's and in Williams and Yabani's and all of the students' responses, Sua, was that they showed their work and they're showing different strategies. And your teachers did that as well. We see some place value charts. We see some labeling. We see some equations here. We see some reasoning and some if-then statements. Again, with Mr. Lopez and Ms. Mayer, we see some place value charts, but then we also see a bar diagram or a tape diagram. That bar model and those tape diagrams can be really helpful for showing your work. And similarly to these options, Ms. Resendiz, like we saw those options, like I think that Sua made, like kind of listing out what are the options and then going through the process of eliminating the different options based off the facts for the math. So shout out to the teachers. Next week, I hope that I have more examples for the Hall of Fame, but I especially hope to see some 4th and 5th grade examples for the Hall of Fame. So thank you, students. Thank you, families, for helping your students submit and solve the problems. Thank you, teachers. And next week, I hope to have twice as many Hall of Fame entries for the Bruce Monroe Math Challenge of the Week. Look ahead. The next video is going to be the Math Challenge Problems for this week. Ciao.